Artificial intelligence often looks to us like an invisible cloud, but its physical reality is industrial, heavy, and massive. A tiny group of corporations currently controls the infrastructure of American intelligence, owning the hardware, the data, and the models behind our healthcare, finance, and national security. This creates a bottleneck for everyone. Conservatives face a market dominated by a tech cartel, while liberals see the biases of a few engineers become the default reality for society. AI pioneer Geoffrey Hinton warns that capability is advancing faster than our control. We are effectively outsourcing public decisions to unaccountable black boxes. Surviving the AI age doesn't require regulating how code is written. It requires building public cognitive infrastructure. The Interstate Highway System provides the blueprint. The government didn't build cars or design engines. It built the roads to make high-speed travel safe. We see the same pattern in aviation and finance. Airlines fly the planes while the FAA runs air traffic control. Banks make trades while the SEC mandates the audit trails. The AI Plurality package applies this historical logic to algorithms. Engineering structural fail-safes allows us to domesticate the technology without killing innovation. The first pillar is GOPAL, the Governance Orchestrator Policy Enforcement Layer. This is the digital concrete and rebar for AI oversight. GOPAL performs absolute zero cognitive work. It simply routes, logs, and hashes every data packet. This simplicity is a security feature. An advanced AI cannot manipulate the governance layer because the pipeline has no cognition to corrupt. Signals from the AI bounce right off. By separating the mechanism that moves data from the mechanism that judges it, the system creates a tamper-evident audit trail. Even a flawless highway fails if only 4 corporate trucks are allowed on the road. Effective governance requires a diverse supply of competitors. To ensure that diversity, the government uses the same model as defense acquisition, funding smaller startups so that no single vendor can hold national security hostage. In an operational test, 9 AI platforms received the same prompt. 8 returned the exact same incorrect answer due to shared training blind spots. A 9th, smaller model caught the error. Because it was trained independently, it flagged the mistake and triggered a human checkpoint. Investing in independent startups builds a structural defense against systemic cognitive failure and mass hallucination. When sensitive medical or financial records are sent to an AI, they enter the invisible moment. This is an unauditable window where data is processed inside a black box. Laws like HIPAA require data protection, but today, agencies rely on blind contractual promises. There is currently no technical way to verify security during processing. The Verified AI Inference Standards Act provides the solution, acting like a technical transponder to illuminate that blind spot. VAISA requires platforms to use their existing hardware cryptography to provide verifiable proof of protection. It is the digital version of an airplane broadcasting its position to a controller. Instead of creating new security obligations, VAISA forces platforms to activate the hardware they already have. It shifts the standard from trust us to prove it. This architecture creates a market where AI platforms compete and innovate rapidly, but operate on a public infrastructure that prevents single points of failure. By focusing on structural engineering rather than behavioral regulation, the American public can use these systems safely as they grow more capable. The code, the math, and the hardware foundations for this path have already been tested and are currently running in other critical sectors. The blueprints are drawn, and the historical precedent is undeniable. The AI vehicles are on the road. We simply need to start building the infrastructure.